Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. To all the students of class 10th, this is your maths teacher from IYS school. Now let's start the class by sharing some instructions. Don't raise your hand during teaching. Ask question at the end of the session only in chat box. Use hand free if you are using mobile phones and headphones for computer use. Feed your ID and password properly with your name and class. Take care of time for attending the class. Home class should be done in your fair copies of the subject. If there is any disconnectivity during the teaching, try to join the session again within 5 to 10 minutes. Steps to take screenshot here. Now for taking screenshots of your computer screen, follow these steps. Identify and press the print screen button which is placed at the top of the Identify and press the print screen button which is placed above the numeric key. Open Paint software, then press Ctrl V, then press Ctrl S and save it in your computer. For taking screenshots through your smartphone, search the steps of taking a screenshot on Google. Now, chapter number 7, matrices. Today we will do exercise 7.3 and 7.4. It is on book page number 174 to 179. This is part 3 of chapter number 7, matrices. Now, topics of today's class are compute the product of the given matrices if possible, evaluate determinants, singular and non-singular matrices, and adjoint of matrices. Now, exercise 7.3. The question of exercise 7.3 is compute the product if possible. Okay. Now, compute the product means the answer of multiplication is called product. So here we are doing matrix multiplication. So the first topic is possibility of matrix multiplication. Okay, the condition of matrix multiplication is two matrices are compatible for multiplication if we are multiplying two matrices. So the matrices are compatible for multiplication if now the condition is number of column of first matrix. If we are multiplying two matrices, so the number of column of first matrix is equals to number of row of second matrix. Number of column of first matrix is equals to number of row of second matrix. And if number of column of first matrix is equal to the number of row of second matrix, then the two matrices are compatible for multiplication. This is very important to you to remember that column of first matrix is equals to row of second matrix. So for this condition, first you'll have to find out the order of both the matrices, then check the possibility, and if possible, then multiply. Okay. Now, this is textbook question number 1 of exercise 7.3. This is the question. Contain matrices 2, 3, 5, 6. First matrix contain element 2, 3, and second matrix contain element 5, 6. So, for checking the possibility, what we will do first, we will find the order of first matrix, then we will find out the order of second matrix. Okay, the first matrix contains row, it contains one row and two column. It contains one row and two column. Okay, and second matrix contains two row and one column. According to the condition of possibility, column of first matrix is equals to row of second matrix. This is column of first matrix and this is row of second matrix. And these two numbers are equal. And if these two numbers are equal, so the multiplication is possible because column of first matrix is equal to row of second matrix. Okay, and now if the possibility is checked, so now we will multiply both the matrices. The first matrix contain element 2, 3, the second element contain element 5, 6. So this is first row, row 1, column 1. How you will multiply? You will multiply row 1 by column 1. How? first element with first, second element with second, and then you will add both the numbers. First element with first, second element with second. 2 multiplied by 5, 3 multiplied by 6, and then you will add these two numbers. So 2 5s are 10, 3 6 are 18, then 10 plus 18, 28. Okay students, this is the solution of question number 1 of your textbook exercise 7.3. So take a screenshot of this question. It will help you to do your homework. Okay, now move towards the next question. This is question number 2. Contain matrices that contain matrix 2 3. First matrix contain element 2 3 and second matrix contain element 5 6. So first we will write the order of first matrix. The order of first matrix, 2 row 1 column. 2 row, it contains 2 row 1 column, and order of second matrix, 2 row 1 column. Now column of first matrix is 1 and row of second matrix is 2. And now see, these two numbers are not equal. These two numbers are not equal, so matrix are, so according to the possibility condition, multiplication it's not possible because column of first matrix is not equals to row of second matrix. Okay, this is not possible question, so we can't do multiplication in this because column of first matrix, that is 1, column of first matrix is not equals to the row of second matrix, that is 2 here. Okay, take screenshot of this question also. Now I am moving towards the next question of your textbook. Question number 4. Question number 4 contain element. Okay, order of this matrix, it contain 2 row 1 2, and it contain how many column? It contain 1 column. And for this question, second matrix contain order, its order is 1 row 2 column, 1 row 2 column. Okay, now column of first matrix, this is column of first matrix and this is row of second matrix. So these two numbers are equal, and if these two numbers are equal, so we can say that multiplication is possible because column of first matrix is equals to the row of second matrix. Now how you will multiply? Now these are the matrix, and the first matrix contain element 5 6 and second matrix contain element 2 3. Now first row by first column, and note that its first row contain only single element and its first column contain only single element or one element. Okay, its second row contain one element, also second column contain one element. Now there is no, we just multiply first row by first column, first row by first column. So first row contain element 5 and first column contain element 2. So 5 will multiply by 2. 5 multiply by 2. Then we change the column. First row, second column. First row, second column, 5 3. So 5 will multiply by 3. Now second row, first column. Second row, first column. So second row contain element 6 and first column contain 2. So 6 will multiply by 2 here. Okay, now second row, second column. Both row and column contain one element, so we just multiply 6 multiply by 3. 5 2s are 10, 6 2s are 12, 5 3s are 15, 6 3s are 18. So this is the answer. This is the answer of this. When we multiply these two matrices, the product is this matrix 10, 12, 15 and 18. Okay, now take a screenshot of this question also. Now I'm moving towards the next question. It's a textbook question number 7. Now as you can see that both the matrix is of order 2 by 2, so the matrix multiplication is possible. Order of first matrix is 2 by 2. It is compulsory to write the order of first matrix, then second matrix, then check the possibility. Order of first matrix here is 2 by 2. Order of second matrix here is 2 by 2. Now, column of first matrix is equals to the row of second matrix. Okay, so these two matrices, so this shows that matrix multiplication is possible. Multiplication is possible because column of first matrix is equals to the row of second matrix. Now multiply. First matrix contain element 3, 4, 2, 1, and second matrix contain element 0, 1, 1, 0. How you will multiply now? Row 1, column 1, and now in previous question row 1 contain one element and column 1 second matrix column 1 contain one element, but here row 1 contain two elements, column 1 contain two elements. So we will multiply first element with first and second element with second, and then we add up these two numbers. Now just focus first row, first column. Focused on first row, first column, first element 3 multiply by 0. Now see 3 multiply by 0, then 2 multiply by 1, and you will add these two numbers. Now change the column, first row, second column, first row, second column, 3 multiply by 1, and then 2 multiply by 0. 3 multiply by 1 and 2 multiply by 0. Now second row, first column, second row, first column, 4 multiply by 0, 4 multiply by 0, and 1 multiply by 1. Second row, second column. Now at last second row, second column, second row, second column. How you will multiply? First element with first means 4 multiply by 1 and 1 multiply by 0. 4 multiply by 1 and 1 multiply by 0. I am repeating this question again. First row by first column. First row, first column, first element with first and second element with second. First row, second column. Here you will write in second column, first row, second column, first element with first and second element with second. Then second row, first column. Second row, first column, first element with first, 4 multiply by 0 and 1 multiply by 1. Then again, at last what we will do? Second row, second column, 4 multiply by 1 and 1 multiply by 0. Okay, now multiply 3 zeros are 0 plus 2 ones are 2. So 2 plus 0, 2. 3 multiply by 0, you will get 0. And then 0 plus 2 ones are 2. So the answer is 2 here. Now 3 ones are 3 and 2 zeros are 0. 4 zeros are 0 and 0 plus 1 ones are 1. So 1 plus 0, 1. Here 4 ones are 4 and 1 zeros are 0. So at last you will get the product of these two matrices. Then product is 2, 1, 3, 4. This is the product. After multiplying these two matrices, you will get the product, and this is the answer. Now move towards the next question. This is question number 8 of your textbook. Contain element 6, 7, minus 5, minus 4. Second matrix contain element 5, 0, 2, 1. Okay, as you can see that how you will start its solution by writing its order. Order of first matrix is 2 by 2 and order of second matrix is also 2 by 2. So you can check that column of first matrix is equals to the row of second matrix. Okay, then multiplication is possible because column of first matrix is equals to the row of second matrix. Okay students, now we will multiply these two matrices. Now multiply again by the pattern of question number 7. You will multiply these two matrices, first row with first column, first row by first column, first element with first and second element with second, first element with first and second element with second. 6 multiply by 5, then minus 5 will multiply by 0, and then you will add these two numbers. Now, first row, second column. This is first row and this is second column. 6 multiply by 2, and then minus 5 multiply by 1, and then you will add these two values. Now, second row, first column. This is the place of second row, first column. First element with first, second element with second. 7 multiply by 5, minus 5 multiply by 0, and then you will add these two numbers. Now, second row, second column. This is second row and this is second column. Then how you will multiply? 7 multiply by 2 and minus 4 multiply by 1. So after multiplication, you will get 6 5s are 30, and plus minus minus 5 zeros are 0. 30 plus 0, 30. 6 2s are 12, plus minus minus 5 1s are 5. Now 7 5s are 35, plus minus minus 4 zeros are 0. 35 plus 0, you will get 35. 7 2s are 14, plus minus minus 4 1s are 4. So 12 minus 5, you will get 7, and 14 minus 4, you will get 10. So this is the product of these. But after multiplying these two matrices, you will get this product. Okay, take a screenshot of this question also. It will also help you to complete your home task. Now move towards the next question of your textbook, that is question number 9. It's matrix multiply by a number by a real number. How you will do its solution? There is no need to find out the order because you are multiplying matrix by a number. So it's a simple question. You will multiply these 3 by every element present inside the matrix. 3 multiply by 5, 3 multiply by 6, 3 multiply by 0, and 3 multiply by 1. Then you will get 3 5s are 15, 6 3s are 18, 0 3s are 0, and 1 3s are 3. Okay, there is no need to check any possibility because you are here, you are not multiplying two matrices. Here you are multiplying matrix by a number. Okay, students, take a screenshot of this question also. Now move towards the next slide, that is exercise 7.4. It is on book page number 179. Okay. Now the topic is determinant of matrix. Determinant of a matrix. What is a determinant? A number that is associated with a square matrix is called the determinant of the matrix. Now consider matrix A. The determinant of matrix A denoted by this DET, that this is the short form of the determinant. Okay, it is denoted by that A is a number. Now consider this matrix. Let's consider a matrix A that contain element A, B, C, D. Then how you will find the determinant? You will find the determinant first by multiplying the element of leading diagonal. Leading diagonal contain element A, D, then subtract, then minus sign, and then non-leading element. Multiply the elements of non-leading diagonal that contain B, C. So the determinant of A is defined as that A means determinant of A in which AD, first you will multiply by AD, that are the element of leading diagonal, then minus, then the element of non-leading diagonal B and C. First you will multiply AD, these two elements, leading diagonal, then you will multiply the element of non-leading diagonal that contain element B and C. Okay. Now consider a book example. Let matrix A contain elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Then how you will find out the determinant? You will find out the determinant first. You will introduce these bracket A. Instead of this matrix, you will use these two straight lines for the determinant, for finding out the determinant, and determinant is also denoted by this symbol. Okay, A. Then first multiply the element of leading diagonal. Leading diagonal contain 1, 4. So first multiply 1 by 4. then sign of subtraction, then multiply element of non-leading diagonal that contain element 3, 2. Okay, 1 4s are 4 minus 3 2s are 6. 4 minus 6 is minus 2. Now, now before finding out the determinant, what you will do, you will convert this square bracket into these two straight lines. It is important to convert this square matrix into this sign. It is the representation of determinant. Determinant is also denoted by this A and then two straight lines. Okay. Now, point to be noted, these are two very important points which you have to keep in your mind. Number one, determinant if determinant of any matrix is equals to 0, if the determinant is equals to 0, then the matrix is a singular matrix. Okay, if the determinant of matrix is equals to 0, then the matrix is a singular matrix. And the second point is, if the determinant is not equals to 0, means any number plus 2, minus 2, plus 3, minus 3, whatever, any number except 0, then the matrix is called non-singular matrix. Now keep this in your mind. If the determinant is 0, then the matrix is a singular matrix. And if the determinant is not equals to 0 or any other number, then the matrix is a non-singular matrix. Now move towards the book question. Evaluate determinants of the following matrices. This is matrix A, 5, 4, 3, 2. So just name this matrix as A. Then you will change this matrix sign into determinant sign. And how you will find out the determinant? You will find out the determinant first multiplying the element of leading diagonal. Leading diagonal contain element 5 and 2. 5 multiplied by 2, then minus non-leading diagonal contain element 4 and 3. 5 2s are 10 and 3 4s are 12. 10 minus 12 you will get minus 2. So here the determinant of A is minus 2. So this is not equals to 0. So the matrix is non-singular matrix because determinant is not equals to 0 here. Okay. Now move towards the next question. This is book question C of exercise 7.4, 1 part C. Its matrix contain root 64, 8, 8 and again root 64. Now how you will find out the determinant? Root 64, 8, 8 and root 64. First multiply the element of leading diagonal. Okay, root 64 will multiply by root 64 minus then element of non-leading diagonal that contain elements 8 and 8. Okay, root 64 and root 64, when you multiply you will get 64. Okay, and then 8 8 is 64, 64 minus 64 you will get 0 here. Okay, so then what will be your result? This matrix is singular matrix. This is a singular matrix because determinant is equals to 0. Because determinant is equals to 0, that's why it's a singular matrix. Now adjoint of a matrix. What is the adjoint of a matrix? Adjoint, you will donate adjoint by short form of adjoint A, D, J. This is the short form of adjoint. If you are finding out the adjoint of A, then you will use word small short form of adjoint, that is A, D, J and capital A. And how you will find out the adjoint and how you will obtain the adjoint of a matrix? You will get the adjoint of the matrix by interchanging the element in the principal diagonal or the main diagonal, or we call it leading diagonal. We will change the place of the leading diagonal. This is the leading diagonal, and if we interchange their places and also change the sign of the non-leading diagonal, means you will change the place in leading diagonal and change the sign in non-leading diagonal for finding out the adjoint. Now consider just this example which is mentioned on your screen. A, B, C, D. Its leading diagonal contain AD. Its leading diagonal contain element A and element D. So When you will interchange their places to D, it will become D, A. It will become D and A. And in non-leading diagonal, you will change the sign. If this is plus B, it will become minus B. And if this is plus C, it will become minus C. This is how you will find out the adjoint of a matrix. Okay, I am repeating, you will interchange the element of leading diagonal. This is the leading diagonal, principal diagonal, or we may call it main diagonal. Interchange the places of the element of leading diagonal and change the sign of the non-leading diagonal. And this is how you will donate an adjoint of a matrix ADJ and capital ADJ and capital A. Now write adjoint of the given matrix. This is an example. The matrix A contain element 3, 1, 2, 0. Then how you will find its adjoint? By interchange the place of leading diagonal 3, 0. It will become 0, 3. And non-leading diagonal, you will change the sign of non-leading diagonal. This plus 2 will become minus 2 and this plus 1 will become minus 1. Now let's check its answer. Now see, in leading diagonal, this is the leading diagonal in which places are changed. 3, 0 will become 0, 3. And in non-leading diagonal, signs are changed. Plus 2 will become minus 2 and plus 1 will become minus 1. Now these are two examples of your book. Find adjoint of the given matrix 2, 3, 4, 6. How you will find out its adjoint? You will find out its adjoint by interchanging the places of leading diagonal. This 2, 6 will become 6. First you will write 6, then you will write 2. 6, 2. And change the sign of the non-leading diagonal element. So this is plus 3. It will convert it into minus 3. This is plus 4 and it will convert it into minus 4. Now another example of adjoint. This matrix contain element minus 4, plus 5, plus 8 and minus 10. This is the leading diagonal. This is the leading diagonal. What you will do, you will change the sign. You will change the places of the leading diagonal. This is the leading diagonal. First you will write minus 10, then you will write minus 4. And in non-leading diagonal, you will change the sign of the element of non-leading diagonal. This is plus 5, it will become minus 5, and this is 8, and this will become minus 8. Now that's it. Now take your home task. This is your home task. Exercise 7.3. Question number 1 to question number 10. This is matrix multiplication. First, you will show the possibility that matrix multiplication is possible or not. And if it's possible, then you will do the multiplication. And then you will do question number 14. It's part 1, it's part 2, and it's part 4. Now, exercise 7.4. You will do question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. It's all parts. You will do all parts of question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. Okay, and note that all homework should be done in your fair copy. Take a screenshot of this, your home task. Okay, now that's it for today's class. The end. Thank you, students.